Haumatakiape. My name is Sean Sherman. I am here at Natives headquarters. I am the Executive Director of Natives, which is North American Traditional Indigenous Food Systems. And here just to talk a little bit about what is happening in Minneapolis and St. Paul, what is happening to our communities, and some of the ways that we are just really troubled by this time in history, especially just a few years past going through this with the George Floyd uprising, and this is different. We're really concerned about our community. We're really concerned about the aggressiveness of our own government. We're concerned about a lot of our constitutional rights being trampled on right now. The safety of our staff has been number one. We've done what we can to protect our staff because we are afraid. There are instances of Indigenous and Native American peoples being swept up by ICE agents despite being full citizens. And this is a really scary time for anybody. We're seeing our own government weaponizing food as a strategy also with cutting SNAP and USDA benefits, which is going to affect a lot of people here in Minnesota. We're poised to help out as much as we can, as we always are, just like during the pandemic time when we were feeding 10,000 people a week healthy Indigenous foods, and we are going to be ready if food relief becomes an instance that needs support. We're going to be there for that. And, we will be attending and standing with our community when it comes to peaceful protests, but we do not want to be silent. We want to stand together because standing together makes us strong, and this will always be a people's movement that breaks down these authoritarian moves by governments. And so as Indigenous peoples, we've also are dealt with a lot of this trauma because the main detention center here in Minneapolis is at the Whipple building, which happens to be on Fort Snelling, which has a very dark history for a lot of us who have Dakota descent here in Minnesota, as that was also the site of a massive concentration camp in 1863 after the Dakota Uprising, where many people died of sickness and oppression, and shortly after living through a harsh winter were forced onto riverboats to go down the Mississippi River and up the Missouri River into the newly formed reservation Crow Creek at that time, which is where my grandmother was born, and a lot of my Dakota family line comes from that particular harrowing situation. So having all of this new concentration camp feeling right in place where the old concentration camp really opens up a lot of wounds, and it makes us very sensitive, and it makes us very worried and very fearful for what's to come. I do feel hope. I do feel like we have a strong community. I do feel like we are coming together. We are creating safe passage for each other. We are creating alert systems. We are creating rapid response systems to be there, to record, especially when our constitutional rights are being trampled on, and to share that with our state. And I think that we will get through this because we are resilient, we are good, and we are stronger together.